Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, we're diving into an 8K filing from Daktronics. Let's just say there's a bit of a shakeup at the top, and it involves more than just new office furniture. Think CEO departures, interim appointments, and a whole lot of stock options. It's like a corporate game of musical chairs, and we're here to decode who's left standing and why. So this report is dated early March 2025. That's when the changes started happening. Pay attention, things move fast in the corporate world. First up, the big news: Reese Kurtenbach, the president and CEO, is stepping down. Well, sort of. He's not completely leaving the building. Kurtenbach is sticking around as an advisor, helping with the company's digital transformation plan. Think of it as moving from the driver's seat to the passenger seat. He's also agreed to resign from the board of directors once a permanent CEO is named. However, he's out as chairman immediately. Taking over as chairman is Andrew Siegel, who used to be the lead independent director. That position is now gone. Now let's talk about the exit package. Daktronics has a separation agreement with Kurtenbach, which is basically a fancy way of saying, here's how we're going to part ways. It outlines what he gets as he leaves the CEO role. The first major thing is a severance payment. Kurtenbach is getting $1.8 million paid out over 2 years. He's also getting help to keep his health insurance through Cobra for 2 years. Cobra lets you continue your employer's health plan after you leave, but usually you pay the full cost. In this case, Daktronics is helping with those payments. The last part of the separation agreement involves stock options. Stock options give you the right to buy company stock at a set price. The separation agreement states that his existing options will become vested earlier than they would have otherwise. Daktronics is keeping Kurtenbach on as a consultant to their chief data analytics officer, helping with business object modeling. So, for about 7 months, he'll be working around 20 hours a week. The separation pay covers his consulting work as well. He also can't share company secrets, compete with Daktronics, or poach their employees. Okay, so Kurtenbach is out as CEO, but who's in? Brad Wiemann is taking over as the interim or temporary president and CEO. He's been with Daktronics since 1993 and was an executive vice president before this. Daktronics drew up an offer letter for Wiemann, laying out the details of his temporary job. Wiemann is getting paid $60,000 a month. He also stands to get a one-time grant of restricted stock units, or RSUs, worth about $300,000. RSUs are basically promises of company stock that vest or become fully owned over time. These RSUs will vest fully when the board appoints a permanent CEO. There's also a change in the CFO or Chief Financial Officer position. Howard Atkins, who was already on the board, is now the acting CFO and Chief Transformation Officer. He's taking over from Sheila Anderson, who is focusing on her roles as Principal Accounting Officer and Chief Data and Analytics Officer. Atkins has a long history in finance. He used to be the CFO of Wells Fargo, and now he runs a consulting and investment firm. He's been a Daktronics board member since 2022. Atkins is getting paid $75,000 a month for his dual role. He's also receiving a $225,000 signing bonus. Similar to Wiemann, Atkins will also get a one-time RSU grant, this one worth about $150,000. To keep things stable during this leadership change, Daktronics is giving out retention RSU grants to some of its executives. These grants are meant to encourage them to stay with the company. These RSUs will vest or become fully owned in 3 stages over 3 years. If the executive leaves before they fully vest, they lose them. If there's a change in who controls the company, these RSUs will vest immediately. Sheila Anderson is slated to get a grant worth about $200,000. Finally, Daktronics is putting in place an employee retention and protection plan. This plan lays out what happens if an executive is terminated without cause, meaning the company doesn't have a good reason to fire them, or if the executive leaves for good reason, such as a significant change in their job duties. In those situations, the executives could get a severance payment, continued health insurance coverage, and accelerated vesting of their stock awards. So, what does this all mean? It looks like Daktronics is going through a significant transition. The CEO is out, but staying on as a consultant. An existing executive is stepping in as interim CEO, and a board member is now the acting CFO. To keep key people from leaving, they're offering retention bonuses and putting a protection plan in place. This might point to some uncertainty about the company's direction. Leadership changes can be disruptive, and the company is clearly trying to minimize that disruption by keeping Kurtenbach involved and incentivizing other executives to stay. One notable risk is always, will the company be able to find a new executive to fill the roles? Overall, it looks like Daktronics is trying to navigate a leadership transition as smoothly as possible. Whether they'll succeed remains to be seen, but they're taking steps to stabilize the company and keep their key talent on board. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. See you next time.